ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य गिरिनिवासाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। देवं नारायणं वन्दे वीणवान्यसनं अनन्तगुणस्थाकोटिवत्सलं। Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Advaita Vasudeva Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Sorry. Okay. So antes que nada ofrezco mis reverencias a los pies del loto de nuestro espiritual Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. ¿Escucha?
Yeah, yes.
También a todos los nadas, los novices, se toca que venga a dar gracias por su llegada aquí a España. Pues estos días, bueno, Maharaj estaba aquí dando Maharaj. Él es un monje de Australia. Él lleva mucho tiempo en la India dedicado a la práctica del Bhakti Yoga. Su maestro espiritual es la Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj y se dedica pues, a compartir este conocimiento tan importante para todo ser humano viajando por todo el mundo. Entonces, bueno, pues apenas estáis todos familiarizados con el Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti, como sabéis, significa afecto, devoción, amor, y yoga significa conexión, unión. Por lo tanto, conexión con el objeto supremo, con esa conciencia divina. En India le llaman Krishna, ¿no? Conexión con Krishna a través del afecto, ¿no? De la misma manera que dos ladrillos se unen con cemento, ¿no? Pues el yoga es ese cemento que une a la jiva, al alma eterna, con su creador. La jiva eterna, jiva es la palabra en sánscrito, alma eterna. El alma eterna solo puede encontrarse con su creador a través del yoga, a través del yoga, del Bhakti Yoga, ¿no? Sobre todo Bhakti Yoga. En el Gita, Krishna enseña los diferentes tipos de yoga, diferentes tipos de conexiones que uno puede practicar, ¿no? Para alcanzarlo. A simple vista parece que sean diferentes yogas. En realidad Krishna, o sea, son 18 capítulos en el Gita y son 18 tipos de yoga que Krishna explica. Pero en realidad es solo un yoga diferentes peldaños, ¿no? El alma espiritual, después de muchas vidas, consigue la forma de ser humano. En el pensamiento védico se le da mucha importancia a la forma de ser humano. Por lo tanto, es algo que hay que cuidar, es algo que hay que proteger, porque es el trampolín hacia la vida espiritual, ¿no? Hacia un plano de existencia superior. Hay un verso que explica, dice: Nirham Adhyam Slavam Suram Plavam Sukapam Guru Karnadram. Dice: el cuerpo del ser humano es como un barco muy bien construido, perfectamente construido, capaz de atravesar el océano. Capaz de cruzar el océano.
Océano Atlántico.
El océano, ¿no? Me viene a la cabeza así un poco los tiempos de, ¿no? cuando los barcos conquistaron, ¿no? Cuando los barcos descubrieron América, ¿no? Cuando Colón, o sea, en aquellos tiempos que no había tecnología, no había nada, ¿no? Pero en realidad sí que había algo bueno, y era que hacían unos barcos bien resistentes, ¿no? Pese a no tener tecnología, no tener nada, ¿no? El cuerpo humano es algo así, algo muy bien construido, capaz de cruzar el océano. Dice, el maestro espiritual es el capitán de ese barco, ¿no? Es esa persona que puede guiarnos, ¿no? Hacia la otra orilla, ¿no? Los vientos que empujan esa vela, ¿no? Son las instrucciones dejadas por Krishna en las escrituras, como el Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. Entonces, aquella persona que habiendo, o sea, esa persona, ¿no? Esa jiva, esa alma que habiendo alcanzado la forma de ser humano, no usa correctamente esa oportunidad, ¿no? Que se le concede, se debe entender que esa persona está cometiendo suicidio, él mismo está suicidando. Entonces, bueno, este conocimiento es muy importante, es muy relevante, muy interesante. Y bueno, es una oportunidad, ¿no? Que sé que de alguna manera, ¿no? Nos llega, ¿no? Entonces, pues es inteligente escuchar, ¿no? Reflexionar, analizar, ¿no? Y tratar de entender, ¿no? En qué posición estamos, ¿no? Gurudev siempre decía que siempre todos los días debemos hacer un análisis, ¿no? de cómo es nuestra práctica espiritual, ¿no? Hemos cantado más, hemos hecho más vayan, ¿qué hemos hecho, ¿no? Nuestro vayan ha aumentado, ha disminuido, de esa manera tenemos una brújula, por así decirlo, ¿no? Una guía de cómo estamos avanzando. Y bueno, pues, ¿qué decir más? En realidad es triste, ¿no? Que hoy en día pues la gente no tome en serio, ¿no? Estas enseñanzas, ¿no? Que Krishna dejó, y que, ¿no? Como decía Maharaj ayer, ¿no? que cuando se da una charla de este tipo, pues que los teatros estén vacíos, ¿no? Pero sin embargo en un cine o en un bar, una discoteca están siempre llenas, ¿no? Se muestra un total desinterés de lo que es estos tópicos tan importantes, ¿no? Esa es la desgracia de Kali Yuga, ¿no? En Kali Yuga está todo al revés, ¿no? Lo bueno se considera ser malo y lo malo se considera bueno. Bueno, pues ahí queda un poco esta introducción, y ahora Maharaj pues hará una elaboración más clara de estos tópicos.
Everyone knows English, right? Yes. Maybe you can translate for the good lady. Gurudev Gaurachandra Radhika Tadali Krishna Krishna Bhattaya Tadabhattaya Namo Panchatattvamakam Krishnam Bhattarupa Sarupakam Bhattavataram Bhattakyam Namami Bhatta Shaktikam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhattavrinda Hare Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Karo Nasteva 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 Gatira Nidata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So, first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Om Vishnupadma Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, our Rupanuma Guru Varga, all devotees, Dandava pranams. So, today we will talk about Lord Chaitanya, because only devotees have come. So, that is the proper topic for the devotees. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave so much theory 5,200 years before. Especially he gave the essence of all instructions to Arjuna. And he concluded with Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuri. Arjuna, always think of Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, become my devotee, Madhyaji, worship me, Tam Nam Namaskar. If you cannot do that, just offer obeisances. I promise that you will come to me. So Krishna spoke the theory, think of him. But who can remember Krishna? Only someone who loves him. If you love someone, you remember them always. The question comes, what is the process to develop love for Krishna? That thing, Krishna remained silent. So in Bhagavad Gita we see Krishna spoke about the goal. But about the process to develop the goal, he remained somewhat quiet. Therefore Krishna was thinking, I have to come again. And this time, I cannot just speak theory, I have to give personal example of the process. Especially in Kali Yuga. To find real guru is very hard because this is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So Krishna himself came as the perfect guru. Because in the words of Saraswati Thakur, we cannot accuse Krishna when we hear pastimes of Krishna lying to his mother, Krishna stealing, Krishna cheating, Krishna performing Raslila. Then we cannot point the finger, why Krishna not control his senses? Saraswati Thakur said. Because when Bhagavan desires to give an example of controlling himself, controlling the senses, then that example will be unparalleled. Natat samas nacha tatyadika chavidite. No one can be equal to Krishna, what to speak of greater than him. So when Krishna comes and gives example, that example will be unparalleled, topmost. So Krishna came again 530 years ago, más o menos, 536 years ago. This time, not in the mood of Krishna, this time in the mood of devotee, Bhakti Bhav. And Yad Yada Charati Shreshtas Tadali Bhaktarojana. What example the leader sets, what example Krishna sets in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone should follow. Especially now we're in Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga we have to follow the incarnation who appeared in Kali Yuga. Just like I came to Spain and I have my Indian rupees with me. Indian rupees useful in India, but Indian rupees are useless here because different place. So therefore, in Kali Yuga, we have to follow the incarnation who appeared in this yuga. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, when we come to a country, we have to salute the king of the country. So who is the king of Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga Pavana, Kali Boyanasana, Sri Sachinandana Gauri. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Oh brothers and sisters, if you want to chase away the dog of Kali Yuga, then Kali Yuga Pa, then Gao Sachinandana Jai. You have to chant the names Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. That will chase away the dog of Kali Yuga. Because he is Kali Yuga Pavana, Kali Boyanasana. He is the purifier of this age of Kali. Kali Boyanasana, he destroys all fear. You know, this age of Kali was so fearful. Everywhere is sinful activity, everywhere is impiety, everywhere is hypocrisy. So this is so much fearful age. But how to cross that fear? Only by on the boat of these names. Jai Sachinanda, Jai Gaura Hari. So he appeared in Navadvip, that is West Bengal, but this time not in his original blackish form as Krishna Chandra, Sham Sundar. this time he came in a golden form. This time was Krishna Chaitanya or Gaur Sundar. And from beginning, he gave this chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. From even before his appearance, he appeared in the form of his names. You know, when Lord Chaitanya was born was the time of the lunar eclipse. Because the moon felt so much shame. How can I show my face before this super attractive moon-like face of Sachidananda, of Lord Chaitanya? So feeling shame, the moon hid himself on the excuse of a lunar eclipse. That time, all Hindus, being afraid of the evil effects, the astrological influence of the eclipse, to save themselves from that evil influence, all were chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All were chanting. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's influence already there. Even the Muslims who never chant, they were also making fun of the Hindus. Hari Bol, the Hindus were chanting, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So Hari means also to steal. So the Muslims were laughing, hey, who stole off you? Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Anyhow, the origin of Lord Chaitanya, even before his appearance, the whole world was chanting these names of Krishna. Because sankirtan ekapitaro kamalaya darsha. He has eyes like a lotus, and he is the father of this sankirtan movement. What is sankirtan? Ujibhasya iti sankirtan. When many persons together loudly chant Krishna's name, form, qualities, associates, lila, pastimes, that is called sankirtan. And Lord Chaitanya is the father of this sankirtan. So 24 years he stayed in Nadia. Then he thought, I should spread this everywhere. There's a saying, prophet is not recognized in his own country. So some atheistic persons, unfortunate persons, could not understand who is Lord Chaitanya. So one day Lord Chaitanya was deeply immersed in the mood of Radhika and was chanting, Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, 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 Gopi. That time some students asked, oh Nimai, why you are chanting Gopi, Gopi, Radhe, Radhe? The scriptures all say to chant the name of Krishna, Krishna. But you are not doing that. Explain yourself. Then Lord Chaitanya was in the mood of Radhika. Gopi Bath. Oh, I will not chant the name of that black sheep. And you are on his side? Sometimes we cannot understand this high state of love of Radharani. Guru Maharaj said, like when a helicopter propeller or airplane propeller goes very fast, it looks like it's going backwards. Or in the fan is spinning, you look up, the fan is going this way, clockwise. But so fast it's spinning, it looks to be spinning backwards. So this is one type of Vivatavat. Radharani's attraction so great, so powerful, so much running to Krishna. Therefore her name is Radha. Ra means Anurag, attachment, and Da. So much attachment to Krishna, she runs after him. Radha. One meaning is there. So much attachment, sometimes that attachment, that love for Krishna takes on an opposite effect. So, why you are telling me to chant the name of that black fellow, that Krishna? Krishna is very cruel, very hard-hearted. The gopis have given up everything for him, but he has also left them. So saying like that, he took a stick and went to beat them. Those students could not understand his mood. They thought, who is this Nimai Pandit? He thinks he is a Brahmin, he will beat us, but we are also Brahmins. So next time, we will give him a beating. Then Lord Chaitanya was thinking, in Ayurvedic medicine is one pipalayam. People is one type of banyan tree. If you take the leaves from the banyan tree and make them into powder, if you take that rasayan, it destroys all mucus in the body. Finished. But if you take too much, it will cause mucus. Sometimes medicine have that side effect. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, what is the medicine to destroy the ignorance of this age of Kali Yuga? I am the medicine. But now they are making offenses to me. Therefore, indirectly, I am the cause of their destruction. I, instead of liberating the souls from this world, I am the cause of their bondage. Because now they are misbehaving towards me. So Lord Chaitanya thinking what to do. I will have to take sannyas. Sannyas means like renounced order. Like we have red cloth. It's one symbol in India, like who has given up all family ties, celibacy, especially one pointed devotion to Krishna. The foot dust of the gopis is red, so who takes that mood, that is red cloth. So even today, people see red cloth. Hare Krishna, Nandara, Namaskar. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, I will liberate them by taking sannyas. Why? Even if they think I am an ordinary human being, but they will offer me respects knowing I am in the renounced order of sannyas, just by bowing to me, all their offenses, all their faults will be eradicated, then they can be saved. It's one reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Therefore, in the month of Magh, cold season, middle of winter, then he, leaving his mother, leaving his very affectionate wife, Vishnu Priya. That time she was only 16 years old. Tvattam sadustajam surapsita vraja lakshmi dharmishta adivachanastadagararanyam mayamrigam dayatam vatava pande mahapurushate charanarvin. Srimad Bhagavatam describes, I give pranam to that Mahan Prabhu, that great personality. What are his symptoms? Is the answer in terms of the question of in 11th Canto Bhagavatam by Nimi Maharaj. What is the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in Kali Yuga? How will he act? What will be his characteristics? Everything given in this verse and one more. I give pranam to that Supreme Lord who appeared in Kali Yuga. Tvatta sadustaya surapsita rajalakshmi. He gave up the opulence of the goddess of fortune. What is that? Who is the goddess of fortune? Vishnu Priya. How much affection Lord Chaitanya had in Navadvip? How much affection from the devotees, from his mother, his wives, his friends, his servants, his relatives. But he gave it up. Tvatta sadustaya. Dustaya is very difficult to grow, especially family attachment, so high. And being a very obedient to the curse of a Brahmin, we will not explain everything, but general idea you can get. He gave up everything and went to the forest. Maya Mrigam Dayatam Vatava. And he chased the souls in this world who are like deer. The deer is very foolish. He has everything in the forest, green grass, fruits, water. But he looks out of the green grass, he looks into the desert, ¿Qué es español? Mirage, ¿no? ¿Qué es?
Espejismo.
¿Ah?
Espejismo.
Espejismo. When the sunlight, hot sunlight dances on the sand, it looks like water. So the deer gives up everything, he has everything, but gives up that to chase the espejismo, the mirage. And the further he runs, the more thirsty he feels. The further he runs, the further and further away becomes this imaginary happiness, imaginary water. We are like that. In small age, we think, if I could go to school, I could be happy. Then we go to school, more suffering, fighting in the schoolyard, fighting with the teachers, homework, this problem, that problem. If I could finish school, get out of school, then I'll be happy. Right? Remember high school? We're thinking, when I get out of here, then I'll be free and happy. Then a million more problems come. We think, why am I not happy? Oh, I have no marriage. I have no job, therefore I'm misery. I feel suffering. Then we get a job, we marry. But still happiness evades us. Oh, why am I not happy? Oh, I have no children. Children come, then so much more problems come. Bring this bill, that bill, pay this mortgage, this school fee. Children are sick, or some tragedy happens. Or when the children grow up and leave home, then I'll be happy. When I get my pension, then I'll be happy. When I was young, I read a story, one man and wife, whole life working. Why they want the pension and the golden years. No more family, no more encumbrances. So the man bought a big Winnebago. What's it called? Winnebago. It's called a big camper van, huge. Huh? Camper.
Like caravan.
A huge one.
Una caravana muy grande.
And he's driving in the sunset with his wife, the freedom. So many years of work, now is happiness. First night he's trying to put the roof of the caravan, he had a heart attack. Died. Happy stories. Why I'm not happy? Still my children have no children. If I have grandchildren like this, always, if I could just do this, I could get happiness. If I just do that, I could get happiness. But happiness is where? Not out there, happiness is inside. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chased us. Where are you going? I am your real self-interest. Krishna is that we are the soul. And this soul, because of this soul is the most valuable thing to us. This body has value only because of the soul. Like one time Maharaj said, if an animal dies, you can sell his meat, you can sell his skin. Something you get. But human dies, what do you get? Who wants to buy 2 kilos of Lola? How much you get for this body when the soul leaves? This body has no value at all. But forgetting that, we're doing everything for the body and neglecting the soul. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Krishna is the soul of the soul. Guru Maharaj said, when our possessions are not so dear to us like this body is dear to us. When the robbers come and your money or your life, what will it take? Take the wallet, take the phone. Just leave me alive. So this body is more dear than our possessions. But when the soul leaves this body, everybody hates this body. When we die, relatives, wife, children, they will take the body out. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see that thing. Take it away. So soul is most dear. And who is Krishna? The soul of the soul. Nitya Nityananda Chaitanas Chaitana. The consciousness of our consciousness. The soul of the soul, the super soul. So how much more dear to Krishna even than our very lives? Super soul, where he lives inside us. The Upanishads describe this body is like a tree, and this tree is 2 birds. One is us, the individual soul, and the other one is the super soul. One bird very busily eating the fruits of the tree of happiness and distress. That is us. And the other bird just watching when my friend will turn towards me. So Krishna is our real self-interest that we have forgotten and chasing other things, dreamlike things, ephemeral things, temporary things. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chased us. And what did he say? Bhado Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Chant Krishna's name, remember Krishna. Follow Krishna's instructions in Bhagavad Gita, remember him. He is your true friend, soul of the soul. So we chased. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jiv Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Kota Nidra Jao Maya Pisa Sira Koli. Oh, sleeping souls, wake up, wake up. We are now sleeping in the lap of illusion, time, and thinking, very nice place I have here. But this is not a bed of roses, this is a bed of thorns. So wake up, wake up. How wake up? Chant these names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when Lord Chaitanya came, he did not come alone. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivadaya Kori Sampasad Sriyadama Saha Avtari. When Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya, then the Parshads, the associates, the eternal liberated souls, came with him. Krishna Varana Matrisa Krishna Saanga Upaanga Asta Pashada Yagne Sankirtan Parayajanti Hi Sumedasa. Sumedasa, who is most intelligent in this age, they will worship this golden form of Krishna. Krishna Varanam Atvisa Krishna. He is Krishna, but Atvisa Krishna, but his complexion is not black. His complexion is golden. And this golden form of Krishna, what's he doing? Krishna Varnam. Always Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He's always chanting these syllables. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. He appeared with his angas. Saanga, Nityananda and Advaita. Upananga means Rupa and Sanatana. Gadadhar, Srivas, Prataparudra, Sadhavam Bhattacharya. Still awake, Lilavati? Okay. He came with them. And what weapon he came with? All other incarnations, you see some weapon. Some chakra, some club, with Lord Chaitanya, his weapon. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this weapon, he not kill anyone, he not take their life, but he destroyed the demonic qualities in the heart by this name of Krishna. So when he came with his associates, this caused a flood of love of Krishna. This Vrindavaniyam Rasa Kelivata, this ocean of nectar which was Braj Lila, Vrindavan Lila. It's like an ocean of sweetness. And Lord Chaitanya distributed this everywhere, like a flood. Like a few days ago, someone broke the dam in Ukraine, everyone was flooded, everyone went. Rich, poor, Russian, Ukrainian, everyone touched by that flood. So this flood of love of Krishna, the sweetness of Krishna, this touched everyone. Man, woman, Brahmin, Chandal, it's high birth, low birth, the wealthy, the poor, the educated, the uneducated. even all animals, insects, even. Everyone was drowned in this love of Krishna. But some people ran away from that flood. Normally you see a tsunami coming, you run, but this is a tsunami of sweetness, of nectar, everyone running towards it. Get me, take me. But how astonishingly, some people running away from this flood. Who were that? Especially one group, the Mayavadis. Mayavadis, the Advaitavadis. They do not believe there's any difference between God and us. The individual soul is God. Aham Brahmas, Tattvamasi. I am that. No difference between us. So Krishna das Abhiman Eyananda Sindhu. This feeling, I am Krishna's servant, this is like an ocean of ecstasy, ocean of happiness. Everyone feel very happy to think I am the servant of Krishna. Even all the demigods like Brahma, Shiva, Ganesh, Yamaraj, all feel happy. Even other incarnations of Krishna also feel happy to think I am the servant of Krishna. Just this feeling, Krishna das Abhimanaya, just think I am Krishna's servant, an ocean of happiness. Some people running from this flood, those who do not want to accept that they are servants of Krishna. Jivera Srupahoy Krishna Nityadas Tatasta Shaktiha Veda Veda. But all servants are Krishna's, all souls are Krishna's servants, no one else. But some are running away, the Mayavadis, the Advaitavadis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, I should also catch them. How to catch them? I have to use some trick. Like you catch the mouse, a little bit of cheese is there, then you catch them. So I have to make some trick on them, because they cannot understand their own good fortune. So after coming, Lord Chaitanya thought, I will visit my two mothers. One is Mother Sachi, the one is the River Ganga. So many times Lord Chaitanya tried to go to Vrindavan. First was after sannyas. He just chanting Krishna, Krishna, moving in circles. When it's daytime or when it's night, he doesn't know. How will he go to Vrindavan? Then Nityananda realized, no. If he goes there, then all the residents of Navadvip, like Mother Sachi, they will give up the bodies. So Nityananda cheated the Lord by, instead of sending him that way, up the Yamuna, up the Ganga, up to the Yamuna, and Radha, no. And he was too good to be true. So instead of sending him up the Ganga and up the Yamuna, where Vrindavan is, he sent him down the Ganga, back to where Advaitacharya was living, Shanti. Then from there, Lord Chaitanya went to Puri. So first time, not successful. Second time, he came with hundreds of thousands of followers. Hundreds of thousands. Why? Especially that time, Hussein Shah, the Muslim king of Bengal. He heard a rumor, one Hindu saint was moving in the forests, and hundreds of thousands of people were giving up their homes. They were just following him in the jungle. He heard this, that Hussein Shah, Rupa and Sanatan were his prime minister and treasurer. So when he asked Rupa Goswami, who is this saint? Then Rupa Goswami directly said, "O king, you have so much good fortune. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who you call Allah, the Puranas call Parameshwara, the Upanishads call Brahma, the Bhagavatam calls Krishna, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, for your deliverance, for your good fortune, is moving in this area. And the king was very intelligent. He thought about it. Yes, what Rupa, that time he was not Rupa Goswami. Sankirtan Mahaprabhu, Dabir Kas, he said. What he is saying is must be true. Why? Hundreds of thousands of persons are following him, and he's not giving them anything. No food, no water, no house, no job, no employment. But still they're following him. Only God has this power. So he accepted. What you're saying, I accept. This must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even Muslim like Hussein Shah could understand. That time Rupa and Sanat met with him secretly. That time Sanat Goswami gave some advice. Of course, he said, who am I to advise you? That is not possible. But you should go to the holy place alone. One or two persons. Why? That is place of contemplation, meditation. And you go with hundreds of thousands of persons like a magician with a magic show. This is not proper. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard. So he got as far as this Ram, one village, Ram came a bit past that. Kanai Natsala, then he returned, hearing the advice of Sanatana Goswami. So second time, not successful. So that was third time. Second time was South India tour. But fourth time he thought, I will go and visit my two mothers, the Ganga and Mother Sat. So he said, I will not take anyone with me. Why? If I take one person with me, all the other devotees will say, what about me? I will also go. I will not take anyone. Then Nityananda volunteered, take me like this. But no, Lord Chaitanya. So he took one Brahman, Balabhadra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went this way. Think of a map of India. He went north and through Jharkhand. Now it's called Bihar. So on the way, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hai. Ramo Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Ramo Hai. Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Pahimam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So, anyone, that vibration touched anyone, any soul, insect, tree, tiger, leopard, snake, elephant, deer, their original love of God was awoken. The deers and tigers would hug each other, kiss each other. The snakes, all animals became non-violent. The elephants would also chant Hare Krishna. Balabhadra saw all these things. Millions of animals following Lord Chaitanya, all chanting the names. One can say, how can an animal chant the name? But soul can chant. This love of Krishna, not on the body level, this is on the soul level. So Balabhadra saw all these things. All animals, snakes, tigers, leopards, deer, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu moved through Jharkhand, came to Vrindavan. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is descriptions. So outside Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love of God was like a forest fire. But inside Vrindavan, like a nuclear bomb. So all the animals could recognize Krishna has come again. All cows would follow Lord Chaitanya, licking him. All deer would follow, peacocks. They could recognize their old friend Krishna has come again. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not stayed in Vrindavan though, he stayed outside. If you go to Vrindavan, you'll see that place still. Akrura Ghat Because if he stayed too much in Vrindavan, too much emotion, then Krishna mood would come. So he stayed outside. In daytime he would visit, he would come to Imlitala. That holy place is there. He would sit and he would look Yamuna, meditate on the pastimes of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All day he would sit there. Many people would come. Many stories of that. Some Brahmanas said, yes, Krishna has come again in Kali Yuga. Night time we see him dancing in Kali Yuga. Then Balabhadra began speaking the same thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slapped him. You're fool. Krishna never appears in Kali Yuga. So we'll see what Krishna everyone is seeing. So night time, there was one fisherman. He put some light in his boat to attract the fish. And he would move on his boat catching the fish. Everyone thought this is Kali. This is Krishna dancing on the head of Kali. And these lights are the jewels in the head of the Kali serpent. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna not come directly like this. So he stayed there some time. Then he moved out of Brij. Balabhadra, Krishnadas, some devotees. Lord Chaitanya should not stay. Too much emotion, too much ecstasy. It's not safe for him. So thinking like this, they took him outside of Brajamandal towards Varanasi. On the way, some Muslims were there, 10 or 12, Pathans. That was called Afghanistan, Pathan. They saw Lord Chaitanya very handsome, because Krishna. Saundarya Kama Koti, Sakarajana Samala Dini Chandra Koti, Vatsalya Manta Koti, Tidasaktanam Aulau Jasari, Gambiram Bodha Koti, Madhurima Sudatsi, Madhvika Koti, Goradev Sanjiva Rasat Prade, Dashitaschaja Koti. More handsome than millions of cupids, more kind than millions of mothers, more affectionate than millions of mothers, sweeter than millions of nectar drinks, cooler than millions of moons, deeper, more grave than millions of oceans, more kind than millions of wish-fulfilling trees. And what did he do? Dashitaschaja Koti. He displayed millions and millions of ecstatic symptoms of love of Krishna. The Muslims saw him, then someone blew a flute. Lord Chaitanya fell unconscious. Then the Muslims came, they saw the beauty of this sannyasi. How wonderful. So, we thought Chaitanya was one, like Krishnadas, one Rajput, like a Kshatriya, and 2 Bengalis were there. When the Muslims saw this sannyasi and these 4, hey, what have you done to this poor sannyasi? You've given him some drug, make him unconscious and stolen his wealth. So we will plunder you. We will take all your wealth. And the 2 Bengalis became afraid, but Krishnadas was not afraid. He said, no, you are criminals. Just behind this garden, I have 200 Turkish soldiers. I call them, they will come, they will kill you, and we'll take your horses. So these Afghanis were a little afraid what to do. They didn't know what to do. That time Lord Chaitanya came to consciousness. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, he began dancing. So all Muslims so much charmed by this beauty. So they said, these guys have poisoned you, made you mad by giving you some drug and taking your money. Then Lord Chaitanya could understand the situation. I am sannyasi, I have no money. And these are not rascals, these are my friends, devotees. I have some disease of epilepsy, sometimes I fall unconscious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept his mood hidden. Amongst them was one, like, what you call peer, what you call one Muslim scholar. There's a special word, forgive me, I cannot remember. Huh? Anyway, he became attracted to Lord Chaitanya. That's the school, someone who teaches in the school. Anyway, he was a scholar of the Quran.
Erudito, un erudito del Corán.
Un erudito del Quran. Erudito. He began some discussion to prove on the basis of Quran that God has no form. He is Nirakar, no form, neither Shesh, no qualities. Even he has no name. Allah means the one, but that's not even the name. That's a description of the quality. The one, Allah. Allah. So on the basis of Quran, he tried to prove God is formless. No name, form, qualities, no activities. What does he do? He just exists. Everywhere, all pervaded. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on the basis of Quran, proved the personal form of God. Basis of Quran. Was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Krishna, all scriptures ultimately come from him, directly or indirectly. Then Muslims become astonished. What's this? Yes, what he's saying is true, but we cannot understand. So he accepted. They all bowed before Lord Chaitanya. Give us mercy, be kind. So Lord Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. You chant these names, and these old Pathans became Vaishnavas. They would change their names, Ram Das, Krishna Das. All became Vaishnavas. They preached to other Muslims. They became traveling Vaishnavas. They called them the Patani Vaishnavas. And they also changed the lives of thousands of persons. So from there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even giving love of Krishna to the animals, insects, birds, cows, trees, Muslims, Hindus. But when he came to Varanasi, this is the place where everyone believes they are God. Aham Brahmasmi, they say. I am Brahma. So the question comes, if everyone's God, who will serve who? No one. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi, especially there is the famous deity of Vishwanath Mahadev. So hundreds of thousands, it's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, hundreds of thousands of people would see Lord Chaitanya taking bath in the morning. Imagine hundreds of thousands. Sometimes in Kartik we complain. There's only one bathroom for 10 people. Imagine hundreds of thousands of people would watch him. So beautiful. And all would chant with him. This is sankirtan, everyone together chant. Everyone would dance, everyone would weep. Like the whole city became full of ecstasy and happiness. Except these Mayavadis, they do not believe in Krishna's form is eternal. They say this is Maya, all is illusionary, all is temporary. So they will not believe in Krishna's name, form, qualities, and past. They think all is temporary, material. So in this way they were criticizing. Who is this Sri Krishna Chaitanya? Who is he? He is a magician. Like magician, he cheat the audience, do some magic. But like the magician, he chops off the head, or he does something, or pulls the rabbit from the hat. And all audience, wow. But who's with the magician every night doing the same show? They know. So this Chaitanya, he is a magician, a cheater. They would criticize. A sentimental fool. Bhavuk in Sanskrit. Bhavuk means sentimental, no philosophy, nothing, just Bhavuk. So he's one Bhavuk, and other Bhavuks following him, also chanting and dancing. So this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a magician, but he cannot sell his magic show to us. Why? We study Vedanta, we meditate. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never studies Vedanta. He never meditates. He just chants the name of Krishna with other sentimental persons. Still translating for her? Am I speaking too fast?
No, it's okay. It's okay. She understands English,
Ah,
but
yeah.
when sometimes when
Yes,
she
yes.
say, and there are many
The
words she
names.
doesn't understand, so it's
The
better like
names.
this.
Okay, yes.
But the speed is correct. It's perfect.
So, in this way, they were criticizing Lord Chaitanya. Then Lord Chaitanya began to think, what should I do? Just like a farmer. In the season, he collects 2,000 kilo of tomato, 3,000 kilo of tomato. And he brings his truck to Madrid to sell tomato. How much he asking? €2 kilo. But nobody wanted to buy tomato. No customers. So what should the farmer do? He should drive his truck of tomatoes back to the farm? No benefit, only loss. So the farmer sometimes just give take for free. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I came here with a heavy load of love of Krishna. But in this city of Varanasi, no customers. They cannot sell my goods here. No one have faith. So what should I do? I should just give them away anyhow. Just take, like that, no price. Shradavana Janahi Bhaktyadika. Normally, the price of devotion is faith. But these persons have no faith, but still I will give them. So what did he do? Some desire was there, then one Mathura Brahman. He was living there. In that city of Varanasi, some Vaishnavas were there, some followers of Lord Chaitanya, like Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar was the maternal uncle of Lord Chaitanya. And so even now in Navadvip, the house of Chandrasekhar is called Masi Bari. Masi means mother's brother. So Chandrasekhar was living there. Tapan Mishra. Tapan Mishra had met Lord Chaitanya while Lord Chaitanya was still a student. He was living in Bangladesh. If you know a little bit about India, but now, before India was one country. It's all Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, even Burma, Thailand, Cambodia, the biggest Hindu temple in the world is there in Cambodia, Vietnam, all this Indonesia, Bali, all this Jaipur, Jakarta. This whole area was Mahabharat, India. But then British came, they took their piece. Now it's become a little shrunken. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a student, he went to Bangladesh. There was one Brahmin named Tapan Mishra. He was very depressed because despite reading the scriptures again and again, he could not understand what is the goal of life and how to achieve it, despite reading all the scriptures. So he was depressed. Nighttime he had a dream. One effulgent personality came in his dream. Nearby is one Nimai Pandit. You should go and learn from him. Do not think him to be an ordinary student or a human being. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. So in the morning he woke up very happy. He went and met Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya taught him all these things. The goal of life is love of Krishna. Prema Pumato Mahan, Prem, love of Krishna. And how is Prem awakened? By Shravan Kirtan, chanting the holy names. So Tapan Mishra was very happy. I want to stay with you. No, you go to Varanasi. I will meet you there after. So Tapan Mishra had a son, Raghunath Bhatta. So Tapan Mishra, Raghunath, then Chandrasekhar, this Mathura Brahman, some devotees were there. So when they heard the Mayavadi sannyasis criticizing him, they felt so much pain. Why are they criticizing such a sweet and merciful incarnation? They felt pain. So the Mathura Brahmin said, I have called one big religious conference in my house. Please come, I beg you. When I hear them criticizing you, my heart feels so much pain. So please, I'm requesting you come to my house. Noble Lord Chaitanya never mixed with these type of persons. But because the Brahmin wanted and all devotees also requesting, he went there. So many sannyasis were there, hundreds and hundreds. So sannyasi like Damodar Maharaj sits in big chair and I am the great. All were sitting in big high places. Because they all have big titles. Mahamandaleshwara, Jagat Guru, Dasada. All have these big names. Mahamandaleshwara, Jagat Guru. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, what did he do? Before people don't wear shoes, especially sadhus, saints and monks, so some place where people wash their feet before entering the house. So Lord Chaitanya sat there in the lowest place. Then, from his body, he showed some effulgence. That is the Brahman. So all these Mayavadis became, what? We are searching after that liberation. But this person achieved it. Look at the effulgence from his body. This is like a magic show. So all sannyasis also felt shame. We are sitting in a big chair. Look, where he is sitting. So the leader of the Mayavadis, his name was Prakashananda. Always criticizing Krishna. Krishna has no arms, no legs, no nose, no eyes, no form, no name, no qualities, no energy, no potency, nothing. What is he? Nirakar, Nirvishesh. Always speaking against Krishna. But when he saw Lord Chaitanya there on the ground, his heart melted. So he said, Suno Sripad, Suno Sripad, Daivarakara. Suno Sripad, Suno Sripad. Oh, great person, please listen to me. Why are you sitting in a dirty place? What is the cause of your lamentation? So, with his hand, he reached and he pulled Lord Chaitanya up. And he gave him a big seat there. And humbly he asked, Keshav Bharati Shisha Tume Atidanya. You are the disciple of Keshav Bharati. Mayavad. Therefore, your life is certainly perfect. Your life has good fortune. You are the disciple of such a high class sadhu. Also, you look as attractive as if you are Lord Narayan himself. Which is true. When Mayavadis meet each other, what do they say? Namo Narayan. I bow to you, you are God. God is in you. I bow to you. You are as beautiful, as handsome as Lord Narayan. You have such a high class Guru. Why are you sad? So this way, he showed humility and served. He brought Lord Chaitanya there. And he asked him, Sampradaya Sannyasi to me. You also belong to our group. You are Sampradayak Sannyasi. Also same as us. You live in the same town as Varanasi. You live here in the same town, same city. You are the same as us, but you never come, you never talk with us, you never see our face. Why? Also, why you have adopted the low-class behavior of chanting Hare Krishna and dancing in the streets. It's a low-class behavior. Sannyasi should meditate. Sannyasi should study the Vedanta Sutra. You are not doing these things. You are just chanting Hare Krishna, weeping, dancing, and rolling on the ground. So please explain yourself. And all sannyasis too much interested. Then Lord Chaitanya explained why he always chanted Hare Krishna. So he said, Sunu Sri Bhag Ihara Karan. Listen to the cause why I always chant this name of Krishna. I met my Guru, Ishwapuri. And my Gurudev gave me one mantra. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He said, always chant this name. So I began chanting. So this name had such a power, such a sweetness. It took away my gravity, it took away my knowledge, it took away my prestige. This name made me dance. This name made me sing. This name made me weep. This name makes me roll on the ground. I am not doing it. This mantra forces me to do like that. So, thinking carefully, I collected my thoughts. What happened to me? Before Lord Chaitanya, so famous scholar, right? He defeated Keshav Kashmiri. He said the goddess of learning personally sat on his tongue when he would speak. No one could defeat him. No human being. But Lord Chaitanya met him as a young boy. He had not even finished his studies. He was just teaching grammar. Then Keshav Bharati heard about Nimai Pandit. So one evening, Keshav Bharati was surrounded by thousands of disciples. He had hundreds of bullock carts full of books. He rode on an elephant. He would travel around the country just defeating everyone, all the scholars. So when he came to Nagari, everyone ran. All the scholars ran away. Then he heard, we must meet with Nimai Pandit. He is the topmost scholar here. So one full moon night, Keshav Bharati was moving. Then he saw on the bank of the Ganga, like a moon surrounded by stars, Nimai surrounded by many children, boys. He was teaching them grammar, Nyaya. Then Keshav Bharati felt fear. Why should I be afraid of a small child? 9-year-old, 10-year-old child. Why should I fear? So he went and asked. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit stood up. Oh, great Keshav Bharati has come. We have heard you are a great scholar. So please, be kind to us. We are like your students. Please give us some poetry describing the Ganga. Keshav Bharati, so proud. Sorry, not Keshav Bharati. Keshav Kashmiri, so proud. He began speaking extra-emperor. What is that word? Ad hoc, off the top of your mind. There's a word in English. What is it, Manjari? Extrampolary. It just automatically. On the spot, hundreds and hundreds of verses he spoke. Hundreds and hundreds. And that language was so high, so ornamented. So many meanings. Most people couldn't even understand what he's talking about. So high language. Like a machine gun. Verse after verse, verse after verse. Everyone was astonished. I think for 3 hours he just spoke. Like a flood of Sanskrit. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he finished Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, oh, very wonderful, very wonderful. I think one of your verses has a mistake. In case of class, what verse? What mistake? Yes. Verse 197. 5 mistakes and 5 good things.
Is it extemporaneous?
Extemporaneous. What is it?
Extemporaneous.
That's it. Extemporaneously. Always looking in India, I forget the English. Extemporaneously. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, verse 197, some mistake was there. And Keshav Kashmiri was shocked. What? How can you remember all the verses? I spoke faster than the wind. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, by the grace of the goddess of fortune, that by the grace of the goddess of learning, one man may be a great poet. But by the grace of the goddess of learning, one person may be a Shrutidar, means hear once and remember. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke the verse. 5 faults of it. Then Keshav Bharati, he could not answer anything. Because the goddess of fortune, the goddess of learning had run away. He could not answer one word. And you could imagine all the children. So this is more shame, right? All children laughing at you in front of everyone, you cannot answer. Then Lord Chaitanya spoke very sweetly. Nimai Padat. Oh, Keshav Kashmiri, don't worry. I'm only joking. Actually, we are just children. We're just studying grammar together. So, actually, we could not even understand your poetry. So we are just joking. We are not even qualified to be your disciples, actually. You are so high, so great. So please, you come tomorrow and you teach us some more. Lord Chaitanya's, Nimai Pandit's behavior is so sweet, so gentle. I like that word. So gentle. Otherwise, Keshav Kashmiri would have committed suicide that night. So he felt so much pain, defeated by a child, but this child's behavior is so sweet, so perfect. And his answers so perfect also. So night he could not sleep. He prayed to the goddess of learning, why you abandoned me? Why you left me? How could I be defeated by a child? The goddess of learning said, Keshav Bharati, Keshav Kashmiri, now you've got the result of chanting my mantra. Now you've got the result of all your education and learning because you have seen the Supreme Lord face to face, but you could not understand.
Mind block.
Mind block. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a fool. As a child, this learning he displayed. It's not impossible for him because he is Krishna, the seed of all learning, the root of all knowledge. So when the sannyasi said, why you don't study Vedanta, why this? The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when I took initiation, I could not remember anything, my learning, everything, my gravity, my learning, all disappeared. This mantra made me laugh. Sometimes I would weep. Sometimes I would sing and dance and roll on the ground. This mantra is doing. Which mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So gathering my patience, I went back to my Gurudev, Ishwapuri. Ki mantra divo gosai, ki mantra bal. Japite kore koila pagal. O Gurudev, O Gosai, what mantra you gave? Ki mantra bal, what power this mantra has? This mantra has made me mad. This mantra makes me weep, laugh, dance, sing, roll on the ground. What mantra is this? So his guru became very happy. No. And he said, you are very fortunate. You have tasted the 5th and old Krishna Vasayaka Prem Pancha Purusat. Tage Trinatula Chara Purusat. You are very fortunate. You have tasted the 5th and ultimate goal of life, Krishna Prem. That is like an ocean of happiness. And everything else like liberation, heavenly planets, yogic perfections, some enjoyment in this world, that is not even equal to one speck of dust, one drop compared to the ocean of love of Krishna. The happiness experienced by serving Krishna. So you are very fortunate, my son. So Krishna mantra, hoite hobe samsara mochan, Krishna nam hoite pabe, Sri Krishna charan. The mantra of Krishna gives liberation from birth and death, but the name of Krishna gives Krishna himself. Therefore, continue to chant this holy name in the association of the devotees. In this way, make your life successful and make the life of everyone else successful. Then he taught me one verse. He said, always keep this verse on your neck. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Karona steva nasteva nasteva gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other way, no other way, no other way to achieve perfection except chanting the name of Hari, chanting the name of Hari, chanting the name of Hari. So always keep this verse on your neck. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, that's why I always chant these names. So, all these sannyasis became enchanted. Such a beautiful explanation. They said, yes, we don't mind you chanting the name of Krishna, but explain why you not study Vedanta. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you don't mind, I may speak something about the meaning of the Vedanta. Then all sannyasis said, yes, definitely what you speak, we will hear with patience. We must hear. Nothing that you say can be unreasonable, because when you speak, nectar comes from your mouth. They spoke like that. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the devotional explanation of the Vedanta. That is the Gaudiya Vedanta. The Gaudiya Vedanta. The Bhakti Vedanta. So hearing this, all sannyasis, they gave up their meditation, they gave up their all previous practices. They also began Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya, so kind. Even those who ran away, he would chase them, and by some trick, by any way, this way or that way, he would also bring them into his loving embrace. So tonight is a little special class. Any questions from the audience? ¿Tiene preguntas? No.
So Saraswati told the Keshava.
Saraswati told Keshava that this is Krishna himself. Because he is Krishna, I could not come before him. Because Krishna is the original source of all knowledge. So Saraswati, the goddess of learning, felt shame. I cannot speak anything in front of my Prabhu, my Lord. So he said, Keshavarati, after he disappeared, when Lord Chaitanya gave him devotion. He left all his disciples. He left the bullock carts full of books and the elephants. He just left. And they say he later took initiation for this Rudra Sampradaya. His name is there also mentioned. So, okay, we can sing something. And tomorrow there'll be a little bit more room for some guests. Go Premanandi Hari Go. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Jai Shri Ram Ki Jai Shri